Good afternoon, it's James Hooper here. We're going to cover some interesting material on cleaning chemicals and how the industry's been ripping off people for the last number of decades. Hooper's store is based in Emerald in central Queensland, and we have a great range of cleaning chemicals, hence the need for this education so that you can use what the professionals have been using in your home for years. First one is, we'll go through some slides and then I've got a quick video and then we'll tidy it up. Okay, so what we'll do today is we're going to go through part one, which is the secrets of cleaning chemical marketing. A little bit of that, not too much. We're going to look at domestic chemicals firstly, rather than the specialist ones that we provide to commercial cleaners, mechanics, refrigeration mechanics, as well as heavy industry with lots of solvents and various things like that, which we'll cover in later videos. We're going to look at how you've been sold cleaning chemicals by multinationals, the sort of things that you'd buy in a supermarket in a 500ml or a 450ml spray pack or bottle. And then very quickly we're going to show you a different product just so you can do the maths for yourself and see how it all works together and join the dots, so to speak. The demo we'll cover today is called what we call Biodet Genie, which is a very special chemical we get made for our store in Emerald with a particular formulation. It's certified organic, it kills 99% of germs. It's relatively expensive, it's $79, but we'll come back to that. And by the end of the presentation it'll make sense as to why that's a good deal compared to buying things in green bottles from supermarkets. So let's keep going. Okay, first one, let's visit some online supermarkets. We're going to start with Woolworths and look at some of the brands. Brands over the next few years or decade will probably start to disappear as people become more aware, and places and people like Woolworths and Coles and the big operators squeeze them and replace them with their own home labels. What I want you to do is notice the packaging and the price structure. And we'll look at how they price per 100ml just to see how very clearly that you're not getting good value. First one we'll look at, hopefully it's logged up here. We'll just pick on Woolworths first for no particular reason. Most of these guys are pretty much the same. This is the Woolworths website, their online website. Obviously everything on that page is their copyright, so all those rights to them. Let's have a look in here for a very common spray chemical. Let's say spray and wipe. Now, a few things come up. Mostly the first thing to notice is you've got these expensive looking wipes, but don't really go for them. You find that there's these spray bottles ranging from 450ml. Some on this page, they're just 500ml and 750ml. Now, Woolworths very conveniently breaks them down to prices per 500ml. The first thing I want you to do is to get used to converting things back to litres. Because 55 cents per 100ml doesn't sound like much. But when you bring it up to a litre price, in this case here, it turns into $5.50 per litre, or 60 cents per litre. And most of these are around the 55 cents per litre. Now that includes the price of the bottle, because they want to keep selling you the bottle because they make margins on that as well. Even the refill bottles have got a cost. So we can look at other ones, the spray and wipe. Let's look at Ajax or something. Let's try Pinoclean. Pinoclean multi-purpose cleaner. Now the majority of these cleaners are cleaners slash what they call sanitizers, because the sanitizing action, what they claim to some degree, is that the chemical itself also kills off a large percentage of bacteria, which is good. But because it does that, they say that it has a sanitizing action and charge you a little bit more for it. You notice here that Pinoclean has the same pricing regime, around 60 cents per 100ml, which is $6 per litre. Just multiply the 100 by 10 to get 1,000ml, which is a litre. So this little pack here is $3, and that comes back to $6 per litre. there's some rather interesting stuff, but first of all, notice the size of the packs, that you need to rebuy them. Even when the refills are available, you're paying a really large amount for these. But they sell you these little tiny packs, 500 mils in this case. Let's go back to the slides. Okay, Ajax spray and wipe as an example. 60 cents per 100 mils, $6 a litre. Now the others are similar. Now, when you look at the packaging, I'm sure you've got some of these at home, just take out the bottle and look at the packaging. You'll see that most of them are made in China, which is sort of bizarre, given that most of them are between 95 and 85% water. So they're transported here and you pay for that. Also, as well as that, the Pino Cleveland, the Reckitt's and all those large multinational people spend a fortune on advertising. Most of the advertising just tells you how good it is as opposed to educate you what's in it, which is what we'll look at next. All of the different concentrations of the different bottles you have, well, all the bottles you have different concentrations. Now the key point is when you look at the bottles, just like those ones we just saw at Woolworths, neither the active ingredients nor their concentration is written on the bottle. Now you need to wonder about that because that absence makes it pretty much impossible for you to compare Pino Clean with Ajax or any of those other similar types of things. We'll go through it here quickly, but it's pretty straightforward, but I do ask you to concentrate a little bit just for a few minutes while we go through this. Now, most domestic chemicals, the ones used in your houses, I mean domestic, the ones that are sold to you to use in the house, around 90% water or solvent or a mixture of the two. In fact, if you want to get highly technical, you can get a very simple device called a refractometer, which will measure or estimate the amount of water content in your product, whatever it is. For example, dishwashing liquid, the more expensive thick premium brands are generally around 13% active. That means that 87% of the stuff that's in the bottle is not detergent and actually doesn't make your dishes any cleaner or brighter or sparkly or whatever. So they're around the better ones, and I say that, the better ones are 13% active. Some of the super cheap brands go down to 1 and 2 and 3, 4%. What the manufacturers do is add more water as well as thickeners, one of which is simple salt. You can put salt into these things and it'll make it seem thick and luxurious and it'll seem like better quality. And they do that the same as they add the colors, whether it's the yellow ones or the green ones. So whenever you see something like any green or yellow detergent, go, I wonder how much of that is active and how much is water and salt and color. Hooper Store, we've got one particular product which is now available through our system, which is 30% active dishwashing liquid, which means it's 3 times more potent than what you'd consider to be the best dishwashing liquid, if you can imagine the bright green expensive ones. And you don't buy it in the tiny little packs, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, now interesting point here, commercial cleaners and industry and the big guys have known about this for decades, and the only people who buy from supermarkets and little bottles are the people who've been kept in the dark. The pros just don't do it. Let's have a look at an example. We already did this. You pay $6 a litre for the stuff, whether it's the spray and wipe or any of those kinds of things. They're pretty much the same chemicals in different coloured bottles. Not only that, you have to go to the shop to get it because you run out. And you have to remember to put on your shopping list and make a special trip. So not only are you paying more, you've actually got the inconvenience of getting refills and not running out and so forth. You can carry it home, store it, throw it away, lose it. The container, you're paying for travel from China for the product, which is sort of nice, given that it's mostly water. So basically, the stuff in those bottles has water that's been brought from China just for you. The only difference in the active ingredients for most of these products is in their concentration. I mean, it's not written on the bottle, so you don't know what you're able to buy. So the only way you can buy is based on the marketing, on the ads, and on the colors, and whether it looks strong or weak or nothing scientific. So The manufacturers and the marketers kept you in the dark, and without the information, you can't effectively compare competing brands. You literally cannot compare whether it's the spray and wipe or the Ajaxes or any of those kinds of things. Okay, so let's go pretty fast through here. Because of that information being secret, you pay more than you need to. Now, there is a different way, and the pros and the big industry have known for decades. We're going to use an example. We're going to use a product that, on the face of it, looks expensive. It costs $79 or $80 for 5 litres. Now, given you can buy 500 mils of spray and wipe or whatever for about $3 or $3.50 or whatever it is, $80 or so sounds like a lot. But once you go through the maths, the lights will go on and the various things will click. Okay, a bit about Biodet Genie. Now, this is awesome stuff. I use it in my kitchen simply because it's NASAA organic approved, and that means that it's safe and registered to be used on organic farms and things. I'm not a complete organic freak. I just have chemicals around in my kids' pets and so forth. This one has, well, you can read the side of the bottle later, but essentially it's 5 litres, $79. Now let's just say that's about $20 a litre. The first secret to this whole thing is its full strength. So rather than bringing water from China, in this case you buy it full strength and you add the water yourself. For a 500 ml spray bottle, that means you add 50 mils of Genie to 450 mils of water. We'll normally add the water to the Genie, but both ways. That means the real cost of the chemicals in the bottle, the spray bottle, is about $1 for 500 mils. Now that's a 1 in 10 dilution. That 1 in 10 dilution is stronger than most other cleanings you'll buy in the green bottles. I'll say that again. That 1 in 10 dilution is stronger than most of the cleanings you'll buy in those green bottles or whatever color they come in. You can also have 1 in 20 and 1 in 50, and they'll work just as well as the stuff in the green bottle, usually better, and you use them for different purposes. So the one product will give you 3 different spray bottles of different strength. So there's the 1 in 10, which is up here, which costs you $1 for the 500 mils. 1 in 20 will cost you half that, and 1 in 50 will cost you 1/5 of that. So 20 cents a litre for that particular dilution, assuming you're getting free water. So that $20 a litre comes down very, very quickly, and you can see how that 5 litres could last you a very long time. Downside, it costs more up front, which is 5 litres. Upside, it reduces your minimum cost, reduces your cost by a minimum of 66% or more when you use the lesser dilutions. It saves you bringing home the container, it saves the environment, your cupboard's not full of old spray bottles. In fact, you can use the old spray bottles with your new Genie, and you're not wasting energy bringing water from China, which is sort of weird. And you can make whatever strength you need. So if you need a 1 in 1 to clean your shower walls, works really well, or 1 in 50 just to put a nice shine on your stainless steel or glass, it works brilliantly. Now, let's go through here. What I want to do is just show you now a very quick video that I made at home, not in a lab or anywhere, and you'll see by the quality, or the lack of it, that this is how easy it is to do these things. Let's go with this. Okay, that's a 5 litre drum. I'll just turn me up. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. So essentially what I'm saying there is the one that you take that bottle, the 5 litre, and you decant it into the spray packs, or you get your own brand new bottle and label it with the strength. Let's get rid of it. So the whole point is that using a larger container that you can dilute has a double win for you. It means that you get to add the water yourself, and you're buying it in sufficient quantity that you don't need to do it too often. Now there's a little bit more to that video. Let's see if we can do it again, get the next one. That's a bit clearer. You can see the dilutions on this side over here. Okay, that's that one. I think there was another third very short one. Okay, that's another product we'll do in the future, and that one will talk about how you can save even if you're not diluting your product. Let's get to the end of this. We keep going through here. So the point is that some products are not suitable for dilution if they require very, very specific or comprehensive mixing, like that hand cream, for example. The savings come because of the volume and the quality as opposed to being able to dilute it. In either case, we at Hooper Store will show you the money. Sorry, just like in the movie. So going back up here, that's the end of this particular video. If you have been buying lovely green bottles from large multinational shops that have been imported from China, full of mostly water, I invite you to drop into Hoopers and have a look at this stuff. The way that we're approaching this is if you buy any of the chemicals from us and you're not happy for any reason, just bring it back and we'll give you a full refund. There's a particular reason for that is because the only marketing you're going to see is the sort of thing like this, which is low budget, so it's not wasting money that has to be paid for somewhere. So the money, the value is in the product and in the guarantee. Besides that, if you bring it back, we will still use it because we know it works, so we don't expect an awful lot to come back. So drop it at Hooper Store in Emerald, 23 Edgerton Street. Our website, which is being upgraded to so you can buy some of this stuff online, is hooperstore.com.au. That's got 2 S's in the middle, hooperstore.com.au. I'm James Hooper, and thanks for listening. Oh, and by the way, visit us on Facebook, Hooper Store Emerald. Okay, bye.